So good morning, happy Sunday, happy holidays, all of that. We're in red today.
Red for the holidays.
Red for the holidays. So how's everyone feeling? Yes, I know. We see some regulars. We see some new people. Coda looks new. Michael, there's some new people. So that's super cool. Welcome everybody who's new. And then we see a lot of our old friends who join us every week.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody again.
Good to see everyone. So we're going to do about an hour of live channeling, or close to it anyway. And we'll kick that into gear. And then essentially for those of you who are new to all of this, if you're new to channeling, you're in for a wild ride. If you're not new to channeling, but new to our Ascended Masters anyway, essentially what we do in this format, because it is a public forum, we just ask that questions not be too personal or psychic in nature, because we won't do that in such a public forum. What stays live in the video that is being recorded that goes onto YouTube is just of our screen, so they shouldn't really be seeing the gallery view. So you guys should be protected in that way. But we will be answering questions, so just bear that in mind.
Feeling okay, a little weird, but glad to. Let's see.
A little weird. Love
weird
that.
Weird is always good.
So for the newbies, there's only a few newbies, but and a few people we haven't seen in a long time, like Shannon. Welcome back, Shannon. So essentially, do you want to explain just real quick?
Well, just quickly, the way we channel is we channel more as a team, actually, because that's how spirit works through us. It will come through Renee first, and then it comes into me. And what we channel together will come through Renee first. And although she's not feeling it, I will go into a trance, and they will come through and they will start speaking. They will first refer to her as Gaia, and they will
think of me as the grounding cord. So while energy is moving through both of us in an infinity 8, almost like that blending of yin yang, feminine, masculine energies, Anthony's self, if you like, his physical self, is the only one that will seem to be physically altered by the channeling experience. So, but I'm totally grounded. That's why they call me Gaia. I'm completely rooted here. So if anybody feels weird or uncomfortable, just be like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And largely who we channel is the Ascended Masters. And there may be other energies which come through, which happens frequently. And that literally just means that your soul's called forth, whatever comes through.
Right. So we never know exactly 100% what will come through, but we do know that our spirit guides will always start first. They will always be here first.
They will always be here first, and they speak collectively as one voice, as the Ascended Masters. And then the other energy that is likely to come through, because her energy is a bit domineering, as above, so below, is Mary Magdalene. She's one of our main guides, and she often comes through, especially for, I don't want to just say women, I should say especially for feminine energies, which we all have in us. So she's likely to come through because she always does.
Again, when I'm channeling, you're going to see that my breath is going to slow down. My hands might get very flowy, things like that. They're able to do everything. They're able to speak through me, and you can ask whatever questions you want. Again, don't make it too personal, because it's all being recorded right now.
Well, and not only just that, we don't have time. Typically, you guys know, if you've ever done any Akashic Records work, if they're going to go in and work individually with someone, it takes time to go into the Akashic Records and do all that work. And we just don't have time to do that in an hour format. So anyway, but nothing is not off the table. Challenge them.
Yeah, always challenge them, because I love when they're being challenged, because I can feel them literally just it's like a group of beings gathering. You'll hear them. You will hear them say one moment, please. And
then they're discussing how best to answer the question for this particular group based on where you're at. So,
right. So
they may do a little energy work. You don't have to receive anything you don't wish. If you want to receive the energy, frequencies, and vibrations, just be open to it. Ground yourself, be open to it.
Plenty of water next to you.
And as with all open portals, just say you're surrounded by pure white light. We let nothing in but pure white light and source energy, but you should always, as a best practice, do that as well.
All right.
So let's dive in. Let's do some Sunday morning channeling, Sunday evening channeling in Europe.
Everybody just, again, sit back, relax. And when you really want to connect with and open yourself up, you always have to be relaxed. And in order to do that, you just literally sit. And that's what I do a lot of during, every day. I'll sit for about an hour and I'll just allow myself to meditate and connect.
Yeah. So Karen wants to know, before we get started, because she is a newbie, will we know when the energies are coming into us? So first of all, with any form of spiritual work, channeling, whether you're doing shamanic work or the angelic realm, or really any aspect of opening a portal to higher dimensional beings, you always have a choice. So anyone who tells you otherwise, or that you have stuck energy, or that any of this stuff, you have the ability to not only clear it, but to decide what comes into your auric field. So Karen, I would say this: if you're a newbie, when you sit there and you receive the energies, you say with strong intention and conviction, only my guides that has the highest and best interest for me may come into my auric field. That's it. That's all I permit. That's it. So, you have the deciding factor. A lot of people feel that they cannot decide what comes into their energy fields. So sometimes things do get through. There's no question. Sometimes things have gotten through with us in the past, but you can always clear it. But the most important thing, as we said, always have the intention first, right? And that's sometimes when things happen, like if you're doing energy work, Reiki practitioners know this all the time, right? So all right, he's going into trance now. Usually I play some bowls because he loves them, but he's gone. So he's connecting now. Okay, and then Cindy has a question. We can actually leave that for the guides, and it looks like every other question we can wait for the guides. So Cindy, we'll go back to your question, a beautiful diamond crystal with vivid colors. It's funny, I see that in meditation a lot too, so. All right, so Anthony's starting to connect to her guides now, coming through in another dimension. They're so loving. By the way, the Ascended Masters, and the energies we channel have very different personalities, if you like, to Anthony. Hi, guys. So they are
always a pleasure and honor to be in your presence, Gaia. Thank you for receiving us. We understand why we are here.
Yay.
First things that we always tell you every single time that you connect with us is that we are no different than you. You may see yourself as being separate from us, but you're not. You may call us Ascended Masters if you want. You may call us Spirit Guides if you choose. You may call us whatever you would like. But there's no difference between us and you. You are a part of our energy field as well. And all of you are connected to us. Remember who you are. Remember your true self, your authentic self, your energy body, your soul. First and foremost, anytime you do connect with any energies within a different realm or frequency, always remember that you are in charge. You are the conductor and the driver of your own soul. And with that, we will take questions.
I guess you heard me speaking about that. Yes, it's important. So
if we are going to say, we heard you speaking, we will say this. We don't hear you per se. We perceive your energy. We sense it. We know it's here. We will always tell you this, and we were going to make you feel a bit uncomfortable, but we are in your most intimate settings, and we mean that. We never leave because you're always connected to us. It's that simple, isn't it?
Hi, guys. So we do have a bunch of questions. One is literally just about seeing crystals during a meditation. That, by the way, Cindy, that is often what I see too. I tend to see crystals and gemstones, a lot of labradorite for some reason. But she sees diamond crystals with the most vivid colors. Has anyone else seen it, and what significance it may hold?
1 second.
So, yeah, the spectrum of the colors.
Yes, that's even better, isn't it?
Yes.
So when you see anything of that nature, what you are being shown is nothing more than a sacred geometric symbol. This is the beginning of your opening. The colors themselves, the rainbow colors, if you want to call it that, these are also representative of the energies that you're made up of. These are some of the prime energies of your chakras. So what do you do with it now? That's the question, isn't it? What do you do with it? You continue now to focus on this symbol. Use, Gaia, you can speak to this as well. Anytime you show these or you have these rocks, these stones, use them now and start focusing on the chakras. This is the beginning point for you. Do that.
Move over a little bit. We're kind of out of the screen. That's a little better. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful. Let's see.
It's a beginning point.
Diane has a question about dreams. I've often heard that our soul goes home when we sleep. Is it true that when we dream of someone that has passed, they are visiting us? Also, is there always meaning behind our dreams?
Very good question.
I know, it's a great question.
We'll tell you this from the very beginning now again.
Deceased relatives and ancestors, do they visit us during our dreams?
Let's talk about your dreaming. When you dream, remember, you are always in control. Nobody can assist you because you are literally traveling. You are in charge of your own soul. Your spirit guides cannot assist you unless you ask. Often when you are in what you refer to as a dream state, you are allowing your soul to disconnect with your energetic body. And when you do that, you have invited everything, everyone, every energetic form to come to you and speak with you and interact. What you refer to as deceased, we refer to as expanded. Your deceased relatives or ancestors have expanded their souls and their energies into the multiverse, the energy verse. If you say to yourself, I am having a conversation with a deceased relative, then that will manifest. And that relative, ancestor, will come to you in a form that you recognize. However, the soul no longer is your deceased relative. The soul is the soul now.
So it's an energy form, obviously. It's no longer, so when we, just the same thing, when we channel Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, and other energies, obviously they're not those energies anymore. They're the soul of those energies.
Very good. They are the souls of those energies.
So it's the soul of the deceased relative that may come to you in this other dimensional state, which is where you are when you're dreaming.
Correct.
Did that help? And then, oh, this is kind of related from Lewis, actually. I saw 3 owls this week and felt that it was a spirit seeking to connect. I felt my deceased mother there. Any thoughts about that? many people feel that animals come forth, especially birds.
Any thoughts? We have a few.
Shall I get Galaga for this one?
No.
No? Really?
You made the
yes,
bird
I'm
itself.
going to.
Anytime you see any type of numbers, objects in threes,
Louis,
triplicates.
this is for you. This is Galaga. He's one of our owls of many.
When you see objects, numbers, symbols in threes, listen. See it with your eyes, hear it with your heart. So is there a message given to you? There is. Use the magic that you still have in you and allow it now to open you up. You will see more triplicates, numbers, signs, anything that you desire. They will come to you in threes. Yeah,
it's interesting that it was 3 actually. And just as an aside, when Anthony and I first opened up on our spiritual journey, I was not as open as Anthony was to receive things visually through my third eye. And so I asked our guides to present themselves looking like an owl because it was something that I felt comfortable with and safe with. And so that's how they appeared to me.
And we want to tell you this, that you are all connected to nature itself. There's no separation between you and the earth plane on which you live.
I should speak louder. They're not like used to technology. They don't speak very loud. Okay, anyway, that's Galaga, everybody who hasn't met him before. And he is a wonderful owl that's part of our magical kingdom here. So what is the energy you feel between your palms that feels like magnetic repulsion? Great question. Love that.
That is your energetic body. Now, understand this. You all have the ability to heal with your hands. Within the hands, you have a chakra also. Each fingertip, there is a chakra. In the sole of your foot, there is a chakra. Each toe has a chakra. These are called secondary chakras. This is the energy that you feel in your hands. You may practice it, continue with it, strengthen it, so that you may be a healer with your hands as well. You are energetic beings. This body that you perceive is only a projection of what you want, but you can change it all. See yourselves as a true spirit or an energetic being, and your whole hands become alive. They are here to serve you. They are here to serve others as well. You feel the energy of who you truly are in this lifetime, soul.
And also, if you practice, just kind of playing with the energy that kind of exists between your hands, as if you're imagining an energetic ball between your hands and you start playing with it, you may actually feel that what you refer to as a magnetic repulsion gets stronger. And, that happens with practice.
Things like Tai Chi, Qigong,
any of this
Kung
will
Fu,
help.
Anything that allows you to work in energy, yoga, you choose, and you will be able to use your hands in a more healing way if you choose.
And this is a fun one. Not really fun, but Anne wants to know, can someone really place a curse on another person?
Yes. It can happen. It only happens because you choose or you believe that it can happen.
Why don't you explain that? The illusionary aspect of it.
If you believe that you are being attacked psychically or having a curse placed upon you, if that is your belief system, then that is what you will create. You are creator beings. Remember, what you intend will happen. If you have the intention that somebody may, you said louder. Are we not speaking louder?
I don't know. I don't know how well it's coming through. So
We will listen to you. 1 second, please. If you believe that a curse may be put upon you, then it will happen. But if you do not believe it, if you believe that you are a high energetic being, and that this cannot occur to you, it will not. If you understand who you are in this lifetime, there will be no reason why you need even to go into those frequencies. The frequencies of a lower vibrational code.
It's like being in a lower dimension when you allow yourself to plug into that belief system, if that makes any sense.
Yes, that is true. Don't plug into it.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. Always think of yourself as the highest light being there is.
Does that help, Anne? Hopefully that helps. So Saturday night, this is another question. Saturday night in my dreams, I dreamt a Syrian, and he or she brought forth some hexagonal patterns with different colors and messages inside and was putting them together. Is there a meaning behind it?
Yes, there is.
There's always meaning. Yeah, there's always meaning behind sacred geometry.
So start searching and researching your sacred geometry. This is a very good probability of this is who you are in this lifetime.
In other words, we all represent sacred geometry. So if you think about us as just energetic beings, and we each have a code that represents our frequency, that represents our soul, it shows up in sacred geometry. So that's what may be shown to you.
Remember, your cosmic brothers and sisters and family members are here to assist you on your awakening process, your enlivening of your DNA. They are here to assist you, and they will come to you if you allow them to. They are not here to scare you in any way, shape, or form, but they are here to show you. Now, you do with this what you desire. We suggest that you continue. You continue to open your energies up to the Syrian energy. They are what we refer to as formless forms. They are living creatures like yourself, in a manner of speaking, but they are much, much more advanced than you are in their spirituality and their science. We hope that was beneficial.
Yeah, and the next one is kind of related. She says last year she feels that her gifts pretty intensely, kind of opening up. There was an event in her life that made her put up walls. By the way, that is so common, very common for so many. For some reason, she says she cannot bring these walls down no matter how hard. She's been working with her guide that she's been seeing for 15 plus years, meditating and doing daily Reiki. Say, hey, key to you, sunshine. Is there anything else I may do to help so that I may reach my full potential of being placed here to serve, to help others, or did I break myself? Sorry if this is too personal. I think this is not personal. I think it applies to so many people who feel, the fear when you start to open up and you put up walls. I think this happens to a lot of us.
Yes, of course, it does. The walls that you place in front of yourself is nothing more than fear. It's a protective measure.
Yeah.
Remember, if you're going to put something around you, put light around you, and that only love can come to you. You have no reason any longer to put up walls. Allow yourself to be whom you said you were going to be in this lifetime. A pillar of light and love to serve others. Have no fear. Do not allow anyone to tell you differently. Because there are many other energies out there in this three-dimensional realm and within all of the energy verse that will tell you differently. But your soul knows best. Love, love, love.
There's actually someone who joined who has the
Yes.
thing, love, love,
Love,
love. I know. It's
love,
so
love.
cute. I love that.
That is the proverbial glue that connects all things together.
And, you know, they don't want to scare you, right? So when I was going through this too, you know, I was more fearful of seeing things because I'm more cognizant. I feel things. I get visions through my body in a feeling kind of way. Anthony isn't afraid to see anything. So what I would do is ask.
Well, not anymore anyway.
Not anymore.
It's a process.
But ask for them to come to you in ways that don't fear you. Like, you know, like I did with the owl in the beginning, right? Or when my deceased grandmother, when she comes to me, I ask that if it's her, when I play the piano, she gives me tingles, you know, and shivers on the right side of my body. And then I know it's her. They don't want to scare you. Your guides don't. So ask, you know, be as specific as possible for how they connect to you.
That is correct.
So, oh, and by the way, on that, I'm just going to put this here for, you know, people who, if you're not, because we have, it's just a really nice white light prayer. Our regulars know about this. It's a, I'll post this. I just posted this. It's our private Facebook group. If you guys are not members of that already, obviously it's free. It's just a private area where we can share. And I'll post that. Coda, this is for you. I'll post, and anybody else that wants to use it. It's a very simple kind of white light meditation prayer that we use all the time. We've been using it from the beginning. It was given to us by an ancient Egyptian mystery school teacher and mentor of ours. So I'm happy to post that in our private Facebook group if you guys want to grab that. Anyway, so it'll be there. I'll post it. Feel free to join if you're not in the group already. I just posted the link there, and I will post that. So Ariane wants to know, when we ask our guides for something, sometimes the lack of physical, tangible manifestations makes it feel like nothing is happening. Do the guides come through, and does it even take them time to do so? Great question.
First,
I've gotten frustrated also, by the way, with that. Do you remember many times where I'm like, where were you guys during a particular incident? Sometimes they want you to experience what's coming up in the physical 3D reality for a lesson, by the way.
May we speak now?
Yes, sorry.
Thank you. We will first tell you this, soul, energy forms. You have an abundance of time. And when we say you have an abundance of time, we are saying that you are infinite. There is no beginning and there's no end to your energetic form. Do not rush that which that cannot be rushed. You are here on a journey. It does not need to manifest itself physically to you. In order for these things to happen, you must first open your heart and allow the energy to flow through you and into you. When you get into this form, into this loop of information constantly flowing through you, then you will start to see the physical, well, at least the perceived physical manifestations occur. And we say perceived because this, your universal consciousness, what you are all doing here is you're creating lives for yourselves in a three-dimensional realm on a planet that you refer to as Earth. However, We know it's a bit complicated, but what you must first do is open yourself up. Open your heart. Listen with your heart. See with your heart. Feel with your heart, not with your mind. We do not communicate with you through your brains. We communicate with you through your heart, or that part that you refer to as the nous in the soul.
Yes. N-O-U-S, not to be confused with the French nous.
Correct.
So Jeff wants to know, can you speak to what's happening with the Earth Hertz frequency and magnetic field right now?
The Hertz magnetic field.
So everything has kind of a Hertz frequency, including, by the way, the Earth's magnetic field.
Your sun is going through a process right now. There are more magnetic, more nuclear explosions occurring on your sun, on your planet, on your star. When that occurs, it affects everything within the magnetics of your Earth realm. Now, the question is, how does that affect you? Well, you are part of the magnetics. You're a part of the crystalline grid. What will it do to you physically? Well, it does affect your energetic bodies,
which are part of our physical bodies. Remember, there's no separation.
In order to protect yourselves, you must always focus your energetic bodies on strengthening your physical body. And how do you do that? You do that through exercise, and you do that through your meditations, through your prayers, and being into the resonance of groups like this.
Which are higher frequency beings.
Always place yourself in high vibrational patterns all the time, and that which occurs in the magnetics, magnetics of your earth realm, will not influence you in negative ways. There are many negative energetics within this earth plane and beyond that have the capacity of influencing you. But you must always go back to who you are as a light being.
Which is love.
And that is love. Love, love. Very good question, Commander.
Commander. It is a good question.
He is like a commander, you know.
And when Mercury's in retrograde, it really affects us a lot, actually. And, you know, part of it was that I was talking too much or giving too much credence. Doesn't mean that when Mercury goes into retrograde, it isn't real, but I was giving too much credence to it. And as I was doing that, it was influencing the vortex of our energy and literally shutting things down. The last Mercury retrograde was the best one we ever had. We only had 2 things go down.
Why give credence to something that truly cannot affect you unless you believe it does?
Right. Yeah, there was a couple doozies there in the past.
Mercury really doesn't go backwards. It's just the perception of when you look at it.
So back to the magnetic repulsion that we feel in our hand. Now, Penelope wants to know, why do you feel that when you put your hands over inanimate objects?
There is no object that is inanimate.
Because everything has energy, including this guy. Even though he doesn't seem to be real, he is also energy.
First of all objects that you have within your earth realm are made up of subatomic particles, such as yourself. Everything is connected in one form or another, even that wooden owl there.
Galaga.
Because Renee has believed and put her own energy into it, those that have what you refer to as clear tangency, your ability to touch and to feel the energy, you will be able to know more about the object that you're talking about, more that you're touching and feeling. You see, your hands are like magic wands. You can produce, manifest whatever you want with your hands. You have energy everywhere. Energy is around everything.
But our hands are powerful because we have them in the palms and also all of our fingertips. So it's got a compound interest effect in a way.
It does it not? So to answer your question, the reason why is because you are an energetic being and everything around you is made of energy as well. Inanimate means without soul. Well, that is true. There is no soul within that wooden object. However,
his name is Galaga.
You can put energy into it if you choose. Your energy, which is almost, as you might say, a part of your soul.
Yeah. It's like an extension of
Be
your
careful
soul.
Each time you go antiquing, for all of the old things have a great deal of energy in them. Bring them home and clear them. Put your energy into them.
Same with crystals, right? You always want to clear the crystals that you get and reprogram them with your intentions. Shannon wants to know, good to see you again, by the way, Shannon. Aside from meditation, yoga, what's another powerful way to connect to her guides and helpers? I'm just going to say the word nature and then I'll let you guys speak.
There is no one way to connect to your guides.
Yeah, nature is super powerful.
You want to know what the key is. And we've always told you from the beginning, you are the master and you are the guru. You have to find it within yourself what works for you. If nature is one of them, then do it. If meditation is one, then do it. If yoga is another, then do it. There are many ways to connect. As we said before, energy healing, such as Qigong, is another one. Any bioelectric healing you may practice. But what's most important is that you always stay in a resonance field where there are energies such as yourself, as on this Zoom call, that you always keep yourself here in these frequencies, these high amplitudes of vibration. The more you stay here, the easier it becomes to connect to your spirit guides. It becomes easier because you start to understand who you truly are in this lifetime. The more you stay here, the more open you become. And the easier it is for us to connect with you again, and for you to connect with us again in this three-dimensional realm that you call life. We don't see it as life as you do. We see it as an experience. And you are all here having experiences now at this time. Your goal is to literally wake up. And when you do, and you discover that, you start to wake up those around you. For everything is connected. That is why what you do in this three-dimensional realm has ripple effects everywhere. A butterfly's wings, you say.
Speaking of, that's actually a great segue into the next question, which is speaking to the Mandela effect. What caused it and why? Getting some great questions today, Mandela. You guys. Yeah.
One second, please.
Conditions, okay. So sometimes when they say 1 second, please, they're either bringing Anthony, there's a few things that can be happening. They can be bringing him into the Akashic records and showing him something. They can be changing guides out and putting guides that have a more direct connection to that. or they can literally be, he says, often he'll see them, the energy speaking among themselves, as crazy as this sounds, almost like in a conference room kind of setting, and literally determining who's going to either come forward and speak, which I always find amusing. And Sylvan, it'll be interesting to see who comes through for your question. They often come through to do frequency adjustments and energy changes. Who's here? Oh, I think I know who it is.
Metatron.
I thought so. How are you?
It is always an honor to be with you.
So Metatron, if you're not familiar with Metatron, a lot of people see or know this energy as an archangel, but really it's a combination of archangel and what we call seraphim energy. Very powerful, powerful energy and connected to sacred geometry.
Mandalas are sacred geometry. They are who I am. They are given to you for a reason, to allow you to connect to the true essence that you are in this lifetime. If you're able to interpret them, then you're able to understand who you are in this lifetime. These are nothing more than geometric shapes put in different forms to allow you to connect with who you are in this particular lifetime in this realm. Now you decide to choose what you want to do with them. How do you wish to open yourself? How do you wish to use these? How do you wish to have the effect upon yourself so that you can affect others in the most positive light that you are in this way? Everything has a purpose. All mandala have purpose. All geometric shapes have purpose. All sequences have purpose. We know these things, so I am Metatron of seraphim energy. All things come in twos.
In the seraphim energy realm?
Yes.
Like seraphim energies are created in twos, is what they're saying. Similar to twin flames, but a little different because it's not an offshoot of a soul, right?
Goodbye.
Thank you for coming, Metatron. It's a big energy. We had an angelic / seraphim course, 4 weeks. And the last week was channeling Metatron. It took me a day and a half to recover.
So always use mandalas as a form of way to connect with your true authentic self. And when you do that, you will use these energies as well to heal others because they're sacred geometric signs and symbols as well within them.
So the next one is galactic in nature, about the Adronomans.
What about them?
Well, she feels a resonance and wants to know more about them. And then also, what is the best way to allow healing in the body, especially around chronic conditions? So that energy is pretty good at frequency adjustments, right?
You don't know that energy very well.
No, not very well. They have come through. We have channeled them, but it's not like part of our regular team.
Andromeda, another name that you've given to a cluster of stars. Around all clusters of stars, there are planets you refer to as exoplanets. Exo just means out of or from your own planet. On these planets, there are life There are forms that are so beyond your comprehension. It's difficult to explain. Nevertheless, know this. If you are connecting with those particular energies, continue to do so. If you have a calling, they will assist you. The question also on how is it that you heal yourself from chronic.
Well, she also wants to know a little bit more about them.
About them.
Yeah.
1 second, please. Remember, you call and they will come.
Yeah.
If you focus your attention on them, they will come. Be prepared. 1 second, please. We are here to serve you, and we are here to open you. We are here to give you what it is that you need at this particular time. 1 second, please.
So this is not an energy that we channel on a regular basis. So every time you're connecting to a new energy, it's like connecting to a new frequency. And just like a radio dial, Anthony's got to get the correct frequency. They have to get the correct frequency to match. And so sometimes if it's not something we do often, it's awkward, but we'll see what happens here. Or the connection isn't very strong. I would like to know more about them too, actually. They're not part of our regular team.
We are Andromedan energy forms. We are of Christos energy. Love only we are now.
Was that not always the case?
We too had to evolve into love beings of Christos energy as your evolving ascension process is occurring now in this realm. We are here to assist you. We are not a part of your DNA structures.
Okay, does everybody understand what that means?
We can communicate with you. We are part of galactic federation energies.
So how do you communicate? Is it through our consciousness if it's not through the DNA?
We communicate through your DNA. We are not a part of your DNA.
I see. So
we did not.
Okay. They're not part of our DNA, but they can communicate through our DNA. Meaning that you can also heal through the DNA layers.
That is correct.
Okay.
We did not create you as a species. However, we can heal you if you allow us to do so. Do not be afraid. Do not fear us. We are here to assist you on your openings, ascension, enlivening, waking up, period, time. We are of a galactic cluster known as Andromeda. That is the name you give to us. That is not our name. We are many. We are form beings. We are not formless as Syrian energy.
Are you part form and part formless, or all form?
We are all form
So
beings.
Similar to the Pleiades.
Yes.
Pleiadians, okay.
How we are beyond your consciousness, unless you choose to have us come in. We are now connecting easier with Anthony.
Yeah, it feels like it.
He is an interesting species. You are an interesting species, all of you. You all have the ability to connect to everyone, to all of us, if you choose. Do not be afraid. We are here to assist you. Feel the energy in your hands. Feel the tingles in your body. You will know when we are here. You will feel the tingling throughout your entire body itself. You are made of DNA structures, DNA brands, DNA sequences.
The caduceus.
Caduceus, we believe you call it. But that is not the caduceus. This is your DNA. We will use your DNA in order to connect with you so that you may heal yourself and heal others as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Call upon us again, please. We are here to assist you. Your guides allow us to come.
Meaning our guides allowed them to come through to answer that question because Sylvan felt this connection to them. So your soul is calling them forth. So it's an interesting energy.
You see, we always say this to you. Be very careful what you call forth. Now, they are a very high light being, and they are here to assist you. They are in what you refer to as a galactic federation of beings. Often people will ask, does that really exist? Yes, it does. It does exist. As above, so below. As within, so without. This galactic federation of beings are here to assist others in their opening, their ascension, their awakening, whatever you wish to call it. One day they will come to you, and that day is not very far off. But remember, for us, time is irrelative. What we say not far off may be 50 to 100 years of your earth time.
So Cindy wants to kind of know how we can heal the hate, especially in the United States, the divisiveness and anger and hate that's happening right now in the grand old US of A. Yeah.
Heal hate. The opposite of love. The other side of down, Anthony said.
Yes, that too.
Now, let us speak to this question quickly. For every force, there is another force that will act upon it. If you wish to heal hate, first heal yourself. Anytime you go into vibrational patterns such as hate, you must know who you are. You decide on how you want to bring light to this world. How do you wish to heal others? For every reason that you see hate, we just see energy. Energy is energy to us. It is a frequency. sometimes it's not necessary to go into the energies of hate. If you're able to resonate always in the energy of love, then we suggest to you, you stay there. Because when you are resonating in the energies of love, you are having ripple effects on all of the energies that are around you, and even those energies that you refer to as hate. Your energies are vibrating so fast when you are in a vibration of love that will have a direct effect on all of the energies around you that you refer to as hate. We cannot tell you how to heal hate, but we can tell you that when you are in the vibration of love, that has a healing effect on what you refer to as hate. Is that helpful?
Yeah, and I'm just going to scroll down here a little bit. Just Sylvan, I just want to get a couple of people who haven't asked any questions yet, and then maybe we can scroll back up if we have time. So Joe wants to know, and then I'll scroll back up if we have a little more time. And this is kind of related, actually. How to best support people through the great purge we are going through. So it's kind of related to the last question. Can you also explain how other planets, likely beings, have gone through what we're going through and learnings from them during and afterwards? Nice
purge.
Nice to see a few men on this call today.
A purge is a cleaning or a cleansing. Are you going through a great purge?
We are indeed. Or at least it feels that way to us.
It appears that way, doesn't it? But we will tell you this. What's happening now in your earth realm is that you, as energy beings, as a species, Homo sapien, we like to add that extra sapien there because that is what you're becoming. Wise man, or wise human. If you wish to call it a purge, you can, but we call it more an awakening. You as a species, you are all awakening now. And what we mean is this: your abilities to connect with other realms, other galactic beings, is becoming easier. That is not so much a purge, it is an evolution of who you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you.
And what we will say is this. Have other species, other beings gone through this purge or this awakening? Yes, they all have. All of them do. But there are some that don't make it. There are some that just stay as they are because that's what they desire. But your species is made up of many different galactic beings. We call it the Great Experiment. And it's taken millions and millions and millions of years to reach the level that you're at this particular time.
So how have others gone through this successfully?
They have allowed themselves
to connect.
To open and connect, as you're doing at this very moment.
So a realization and an embracing of the fact that we are energy beings, not these perceived physical bodies.
That is right. Your science right now is going through an evolution period as well, an expansion. And as your science evolves so quickly, so do you as energy beings. Your spirituality will evolve equally as well. And that is what's happening. And that is what happened on many planets with many beings. They evolved as their science did. That is what's happening now. There are so many more of you who are able to channel. A channel is nothing extraordinary. It is just being open to the energies that are around you all the time. In your perceived future, you will all have the ability to be connected to everything, the all the time. You're getting there now.
And it will just be done in different ways. Some people do it through their art. You know, we're working with an artist now on a project, and she's not here today, but like literally Spirit is working through her art, and she's getting out of the way to allow that. So
correct.
Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up. I'll do Diane, and then we'll scroll back up again. On the speaking to our guides topic, before an important event like a job interview, she says she asks her guides to be with her to speak clearly and connect with the other. And sometimes I ask them to show me a sign like an orange. I like that. Or a feather for the proof. Is that rushing it or too much of the brain? So not the best way to connect. Remember when we went through, Anthony went through that, not believing that they were real. And so asked for, we went through this resistance period where Anthony had asked every day for 3 days for specific signs as proof. Do you remember that? It was fun.
We remember what we put him through. Now, proof. Why do you always ask for proof? Why do you not just simply have faith and believe that this is who you are?
Well, in the beginning, we had a hard time believing this was real. So I think it's a normal reaction for human beings.
We understand, but this is why we're here at this time.
I know, guys, but not everybody has had this like experience that we've had.
They're having it now. Instead of asking for proof of seeing an orange or a feather or an apple or a banana, whatever it is that you choose, why don't you ask to manifest it in a sensation in your body? Goosebumps.
Through the emotions.
Yes. Ask through it from your heart. What do you feel? What does your intuition tell you? What does your soul tell you? And there you will find the true proof. Then you will start to understand that they are here. We are here with you. And if you ask us to come on a job interview with you, we will be there with you. We will help you to relax so that you have a clear mind and speak. That is your proof.
Yeah, they really will speak to you through your heart, actually. Okay, back up to your third question, Sylvan. Sometimes when she sees her third eye more open, she sees disturbing forms and images. Yep, for sure. I usually just hold myself in love and acceptance when that happens and let it pass. Is there anything else I can do about that? I intend as hard as I can to work with beings of light and love. Yes, that's a really great question. The things that look scary. We
look scary. We are not what we say we are. We are energy beings like you are. We will appear to you in many different forms. These things that you refer to as being scary, they are us as well. But you are becoming accustomed to what it is that you see. Do not fear. Remember who you are. If there is a challenge, then this is it. We challenge you to accept us for whom we are, so that you understand who you are. So energy forms, you guys do appear to us in different ways. We will come to you in what you refer to as monsters, ugly looking creatures.
Why?
So that you understand who you are in this lifetime. We will come to you in forms that you don't like, but you must understand that you are of light, and we are too. We do not look like you. Many of us don't. Many of us have had lives on this earth plane.
So when they speak collectively as one voice, they make up the ascended masters who have once walked the earth plane, but also other beings who have not.
Do you think that you as a human species, that all beings look like you? They most certainly do not. You would refer to them as being very scary and ugly, but they are not. They are of light, all of them. Remember.
How does she tell the difference between, because some
How does she tell the difference?
Because some are not of light.
You can always ask the question, are you of the Christos energy? And Christos is only a form of love.
Yeah.
All planetary systems have that going around it, in it, and through it.
Ask 3 times, are you of divine source energy? Are you of divine source energy?
That is correct.
3 times.
Are you of divine source energy? If that energy is not, then let it pass.
Let it just pass.
If it is, then you may allow it to enter your auric field. Feel that energy within your auric field, sense it, and see what it is that you can do with that energy to make you open up more so that you may become the great healer that you are.
Yeah, always have discernment. Really always have discernment.
Always be grounded as well.
If I ever sense that there's something, especially if we're out somewhere, I mean, with COVID, we're not in large groups anymore, obviously, but when we used to be, I used to always, if I sensed something that didn't feel familiar to me coming through both of us, I'd ask it to leave. You know, I mean, even when the Palladians first came through, it freaked me out and I asked them to leave. I didn't trust them for months until they came through when we learned more about them. So, you know, have discernment, go at your own pace. You know, I'm always a huge believer in that. And surround yourself, you know, I'll post that on our Facebook page. It really is a powerful ancient Egyptian mantra that we still use.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And it will assist you as well.
Intention, intention, intention. So what about, we'll take just a couple more questions and then we will wrap. Let's see. Can you explain what a passive active energy field is? Did I miss anything up
Passive, active.
Yes.
You're speaking about, again, poles. Passive, active. One second, please.
Oh, I see. Penelope had a different meaning for that. Okay. Anyway.
For passive, active.
No. Yeah, just what's the
push,
energies?
Pull.
Is that the yin yang, masculine, feminine?
Yes, it is. These are the masculine, feminine energies of what make you up as a being. Everything, there is a duality within you. You have to find the golden mean. You have to find the balance between the passivity and the activity of both of these energies. But you're doing that right now. Flow with the energy best you can. Use the energy to come in you. Push energy into others to heal. Pull and push. Passive and active energies.
Mm. And yes, Karen, you can use that to heal others. Absolutely. Everybody has the ability to heal.
That is correct. You are all light beings that have this innate ability to heal each other and yourselves. This is the purge that you were referring to. This is the action now, the knowledge, the ascension. We like that word, ascension. There is no true going up or down.
I'm not a fan of that word.
But there is a vibrational pattern that you are all becoming at this particular time. Understand how energy flows in you and out of you. And this is how you will balance passive and active energies all the time.
See, I don't like the word ascension because it feels like it almost suggests that we're rising up to something better or greater, opposed to literally learning how to ebb and flow between dimensions.
That is correct. You are simply just understanding how to navigate between the energy fields that make you up as a human being.
I think it's more accurate.
There is no high and there is no low, but there are frequencies.
So last question, and then we'll give you guys some useful, fun links. Let's see, last question. What can you tell us about saints like Saint Francis? I remember our Saint Francis chapter where Anthony was glued to reading about Saint Francis. Do you remember that a few years ago? We keep going through all of these chapters. We're in the Kabbalah chapter right now.
What can we tell you about Saint Francis? Think of any holy individual, any man or woman that is having an extraordinary experience. These extraordinary experiences out of body, connecting with the all, the one, connecting with Christos, or just pure love energy. This is what this being was having during his lifetime. There are so many different ways to achieve love. You desire and you desire and you desire to be of love because you are of love. You choose on the way that you want to connect with it. Saint Francis simply connected with love through one of your religions. You don't have to be a monk. You don't have to live in an abbey. You don't have to isolate yourselves. You don't have to purge yourselves. You don't have to be a vegan, a vegetarian. All you need to do is have faith, have the intention that you will be of love and light, and then you will connect. You see, we're here to show you that there is not just one way, but there is an infinite amount of ways that you can open yourselves up to who you truly are in this lifetime. And when you do that, you open yourselves up to us because we are you as well.
There's no separation.
No, there is never any separation between us and you. We're all the same. You see, you have the same abilities. It just takes practice. We don't want you to go through the proverbial hell in order to do that. It's not necessary. You don't need to go through the dark night of the soul to connect with us. It's not necessary. We're here to tell you that now. We're here to tell you that there are more ways than you can imagine. The most important way is your way.
Yeah.
That is what we're trying to tell you. Stay in this vibrational pattern of love.
And sometimes when we connect to a saint, or I know Joe has had this connection to Yogananda, and there's going to be these connections that we have, whether it's Yeshua energy, Magdalene, or Buddha, or Muhammad, that maybe we've had past or parallel life experiences with these energies. And so there's a reason, there's a connection there.
Remember, nobody can harm you now. There's nobody that will harm you physically. You don't have to fear being burned, drowned, crucified, killed, chased. excommunicated.
Depending where people are in the world.
Yes, that is correct. But you're very fortunate beings. You live in a country that promotes individuality. Now you can expand your energies more quickly now than ever before. And there are so many reasons why that is. And with that, I guess we would be leaving now. Is that correct?
Yeah, and we'll make a couple of just quick announcements. And
we could stay here for hours and talk. We practice in energy body with Anthony and Renee. We practice every single day.
That's true.
We never leave them. We are always here. We wish to do that with you. We wish to be with you all the time. Just allow it to happen. Feel us. Ask us to come, and we will come and we will assist you. You all have the abilities already. You just need to experience it again. Goodbye for now. Be blessed. Be of love. Be of peace. And give these energies to everybody that is around you during this period of enlightenment. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Hari Om. Pax, amor, benedictione, vobiscum est.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It is always an honor and privilege to be in your presence, Gaia. Thank you for receiving us, and thank you for receiving us as well. During this time, we have worked with all of you.
Meaning they've
energetically,
they've worked with you to strengthen your auric field, align your chakras and so forth. So they do that work. If your soul permits it, they will work on you energetically, which they do during every session. So it's entirely up to you guys to receive it. So I just put our YouTube channel link. It would be great if you guys want to subscribe. Apparently, I didn't know this, but YouTube doesn't even recognize you as an algorithm until you get to 1,000 subscribers. Who knew that? I didn't. Are you back?
I'm back.
So anyway, Anthony's back. I was just telling them I put up our YouTube link because we're trying to get some more subscribers.
Yes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
No, they don't even recognize us as an algorithm until we get to 1,000, and that's a big number.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. But anyway, go subscribe, and then, we just want to thank you, and we just want to, I guess, just let you know of a couple of things.
I see Mr. Sanchez here. Good to see you.
I know. Good to see you. So anyway, so I'm just going to put this is where we're going to be posting our courses right here. This next link that I just put up there. That's where we'll post all of our courses for 2021. So, just check that out. That's on our main page, and that's where we kind of post everything, or on the Eventbrite, Blue Soul Earth. And then lastly, our master's course, we have 2 spots left for it, and that's here. That kicks off on January 5th, actually. And that's by application only. But this is, I think that's the right link, Blue Soul Masters. So check that out. That's an advanced course. It kicks off on Tuesday, January 5th and runs for 6 weeks, but it's 12 sessions. So it's pretty intensive. We'll be doing guided meditations. We'll be doing, meditating together as a group. We'll be doing breakout things. It's pretty intensive. So,
and I have a feeling that the guides are going to be doing a lot of energy work on everybody.
Yeah, we know there's a few of you here today who are signed up and registered, but we do.
They're ready here. They're ready.
We either have 1 or 2 more spots available for that. And then the other things, just really quick, that we're super excited. We haven't announced them yet, but our 2021 courses, we're going to be doing things like the the Kabbalah or Kabbalah, depending on if you want to say it. I don't know. We're not Jewish, but we are like fascinated by this. Yeah, we're just fascinated by it. So we'll be teaching something on it. We've been diving very deep into it lately. We're also going to do something on Metatron and sacred geometry. We're going to do a course on Isis meets the Hathors. A lot of people in our community really wanted that, and so that's why we're going to offer it. And of course, if you guys have ideas, we would love to hear your ideas, because we can channel so many really diverse beings. We are open to your suggestions. We're going to do another course starting in January, I think the third week of January, on the angelic and seraphim realm. So it'll be 4 weeks. It'll be 4 weeks of channeling angelic and seraphim energies. We're going to do beyond and underlining the Gnostic Gospels. This is kind of what we have planned for 2021. We're going to do another ongoing course on the goddesses, because a lot of people just love it. So we'll be channeling different goddesses throughout the entire year. I think we're going to do 30, well, throughout the whole year. And then thanks to people like Jeff, who's on this call, and a few others, we're going to be doing something on the void. So what's in the void, how to find love in the void, that nothingness that Yogananda and other, masters spoke about, like what is that void? So we'll be doing something on that. And Patrick is reminding us about the men's group. Yeah, we're going to do a men's course. We fine tune that, so that'll probably be.
I have to admit that I would love to do the men's group, but there are many men that I'm starting to understand are not open to spiritual work in this capacity.
They think they are, and so they dive into things like shamanic teachings, right? That's very masculine. Or, a lot of men will dive into, let's do the ayahuasca journey and go to Peru.
And that's where women are more
it's
advanced.
It's not to say, it's not degrading those experiences in any way, shape, or form, but it's merely it feels safer for them.
You have to be ready for that.
You have to be ready for this kind of thing. And so, if you guys know men who would be open to a more spiritual dive, that would be awesome. Let us know for sure. So thank you all. Those are just kind of our announcements. We will be posting all of those. We posted our Facebook group. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can reach 1,000